Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Keeping It Real podcast. I am your host, McKaylee Lonabelle, and I'm so excited to have you here today. If it's your first time, welcome. Welcome to the Keeping It Real fam. If you have been listening to my podcast, if you have been a supporter, if you have been listening and loving this podcast, welcome back. I have taken a couple weeks off of filming, of posting, just because life is a little crazy right now. I am dabbling in about 4 or 5 different things right now, but I am loving it, and it's all such good things and so from the Lord. So I'm so grateful, but it has definitely been a little bit of a struggle, and I've definitely been a little bit overwhelmed. So thank you so much for having patience with me and understanding that I just needed a little bit of a break, a reset, but I'm so happy to be back with you guys because I just feel like I have been growing so much. I have been learning so much. I have just been so passionate about the Lord lately. And I am now a full-time Pilates instructor. I think I've said that like a couple of times now, but since January, I have been teaching every single day, and it is Pilates and praise. So I have really been having to focus on the Lord to get me through, really focus on him teaching me things, learning things, because at the end of every class, we do a 5-minute devotional and some prayer. And I have just really gotten so close with him and really understood him in a way that I haven't yet. And it has been truly so amazing. So I am just so happy to be on here with you guys today, just bringing you through a little fun episode. It may be a little bit shorter, but it will just be full of encouragement. And today, I just want to be talking about that you do not have to perform to be good enough. So I posted a little thing on my Instagram story today, and I was like trying to think about like what I was going to talk about, and the Lord just like put this on my heart. I actually, when I was teaching today, this girl came and she was a dancer. Actually she went to Joffrey, which for those of you who don't know, I went to the Joffrey Ballet School for 2 years in New York City before dancing on the cruise ships for 2 years. So I have been a dancer my entire life. I grew up in competitive dance. I have been dancing, living, breathing dancing from 3 years old to about 21. When COVID hit, dance kind of stopped for me. I had to get off the ships, and then I was not able to go on just because of some mandates and all those things that I'm not going to get into today. But I kind of like lost myself once that period of my life happened, because I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do without dance? Like, dance is literally the only thing I know. Dance is me. Like, I am a dancer. Like, that is like my identity. That's all I know. That is what I am. And I had to come to this realization that it's okay that dance is not my entire life anymore. And so when that girl came in, it just like brought me back, because I was like, oh, like I miss dance again. I really do miss it. And I am dancing now. I dance with a company here locally in Stuart, Florida, called Wings to Fly Dance Company. We dance with kids in wheelchairs, kids with Down syndrome, kids with autism. It's truly beautiful. But it's not like dancing as much as I'd like to be dancing. Like, I was dancing every single day of my life from 9 to 5. So it's definitely different. So it just like brought me back. And then I was thinking about, so when I moved down to Florida, I was driving to Miami or Orlando pretty much every single day, and those are both 2 hours from me. So I was driving 2 hours there and 2 hours back when I would go and take class. Just because of where I live, there's not many classes around here, so I was having to go up there. And also, I wanted some exposure. I wanted to try and book jobs and things like that, and that's just where that is happening. So I would drive back and forth, and my dance style of choice at the time was heels, was dancing in heels, was dancing very sexually, very provocatively. And when I was doing that, the reason that I always said I was dancing in heels was to feel empowered. I feel like a woman. I feel like this, that, the other thing. And it's like, I don't understand like where my mindset even was in that, because I never really actually felt empowered. I feel empowered now that I have the Lord. I feel more empowered, more fulfilled than I ever have in my entire life because I'm not looking for the worldly things. So I just posted this Instagram story that I am going to read to you guys because I just had like this huge realization. It says this. I actually posted one of my videos of me dancing in heels on my story, and this is what I said. I said, sometimes I want to hug this girl, the girl that thought dancing in heels was quote unquote empowering. Little did she know that Jesus was going to come in and change her entire life around and teach her what empowerment really meant. I share this video because I'm not ashamed of my past or how my mind used to work or think. I'm proud of my progress, where I have come from, what I have grown into now. I'm so grateful to God for getting me out of this dark period. I used to drive home from these classes, bawling my eyes out, not understanding why I just was doing the one thing I loved so, so much, but didn't feel fulfilled. I didn't get it, and it was because God wasn't at the center of my life or mind. I was looking towards the world to make me feel fulfilled, looking forward to dancing like this, to feel some sort of quote unquote empowerment. It's crazy how Jesus radically changes your life. I'm so proud of me. And truly, like, I'm so proud of me. I used to drive home from those classes, you guys, and I'm not kidding you. I would bawl my eyes out because I would just be like, why am I doing the one thing that I love, the one thing that I only know, like the thing that I know how to like do so well? Why do I feel this way? And it was because I wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't actually genuinely fulfilled. I was doing things of the world. I was doing things that everyone else was doing that told me that it makes me feel empowered, that it makes me feel good about myself. It didn't make me feel good about myself. It made me feel terrible about myself. And I didn't understand why until now. I'm now understanding that the reason that I didn't feel good about it was because I was going towards the worldly things. I was going towards the things that weren't of God. I was dancing sexually in heels. I was moving my body in a way that should never be on the internet. And it's hard because I'm not ashamed of those videos. I'm not ashamed of what I used to do because it gets to show and prove what I am now. It gets to show and prove that Jesus will do radical things in your life if you allow him to. If you put him at the center of your life, at the center of your mind, he will literally come in and radically change your life in a way that you never understood. You will feel fulfilled. You will feel empowered. You will feel so powerful. You will feel so on fire. You won't have to keep searching for the things of the world. You won't have to keep wanting to move places or get the best job or get the best thing or make this amount of money, get the best guy. You won't want those things anymore because the Lord is living inside of you, breathing inside of you. He's breathing truth inside of you. He's reminding you who you are, and he's reminding you that you are perfect in his image. You won't need to go to the worldly things anymore. And I really had to realize that. Guys, this has taken years. I mean, 2020 was when I stopped really dancing every day of my life, and it is now 2025. It has taken me almost 5 years to finally get to this point of being like, "Okay, Lord, I get it. I get why you had me in those seasons of my life, and I get why you have me in this season now." So I just want to read from Matthew chapter 7, verse 7 to 11. And it says, "Keep on asking, and you will receive what you ask for. Keep on seeking, and you will find. Keep on knocking, and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, everyone who seeks finds, and to everyone who knocks, the door will be open. You parents, if your children ask for a loaf of bread, do you give them a stone instead? Or if they ask for a fish, do you give them a snake? Of course not. So if you sinful people know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your heavenly Father give good gifts to those who ask him?" And it just reminds me so much of like my life right now. I finally started seeking the kingdom first and everything else has followed. I have finally laid my life down fully to the Lord, and my life is finally coming together. It's crazy because you can be in these seasons of your life and you're like, "Lord, I don't get it. Why is there constant hurt? Why is there constant upset? Like, why am I constantly sad?" And that was me for a long time. I mean, from 2020 to 2025, four, I would say. I mean, like the middle of 2024, I was so sad all the time. And I was just like, Lord, you took dance away from me. Like, that is so rude. Like, why would you take these things away from me? That was the only thing I loved. That was the only thing I was good at. And he's like, just wait what I have for you. Just wait to see what is actually going to come to you. And I wish so much that I would have just sat in that season and had faith and knew that he was going to come through instead of questioning him so much, instead of being so sad, being so worried. You know, I come from a life of worry. I constantly worried. All I've done, all I've known is to worry, is to fear, is to be scared, is to not know what's going to happen next. I finally don't worry anymore. I'm not scared. I know that the Lord is going to provide. And even if it's in the last second, even if it's in the last minute, He's going to provide. And he has just shown me that in the past year and a half over and over again, how just absolutely unbelievable he is when he comes through. And if you are in a season right now that maybe you don't understand why you're in it, just know that God's plan for you is so absolutely amazing. He has your entire life planned out. Trust in him, have faith in him, seek the kingdom first, and all else will fall. All else will be given to you. Seek the kingdom. Ask and you shall receive. Trust in him. Let him give you the gifts that he's going to give you. Let him gift you. Trust in him. Have faith in him. Have faith as small as a mustard seed. Know that he's going to come through. And I'm telling you this because I just experienced this for the last 3-4 years of my life. And I'm finally trusting and leaning on God. And my life is literally amazingly where I want it to be. Now, that does not mean I don't have hard times. I 100% have hard times. I have hard days. I go through days of like, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted. I can't get through this. But I know when I get to that mindset, no, I'm here for a reason. I know God has me here for a reason. I know God's going to get me through. When I'm having hard days, I ask him, Lord, please just help me get through this day. Like, I need you. And he comes through and he gives me the energy. He gives me the knowledge of what he wants people in my class to hear. He knows. So just trusting in him. And then I want to read the next part of my story that I posted, because then I posted the video of me in my heels dancing, and I posted that little thing, and then I posted a video of me dancing now. And I said, dance has such a different meaning to me now. I get to dance with kids who have disabilities and give them the ability to feel what I feel with dance. I get to bring them joy, love, passion, and it's literally been the best ever. Dance has been my entire life and world, and I'm so glad I now dance because it's the gift God gave me, not because I need to perform or prove myself to anyone, but because it is my gift. I'm so grateful. I'm so proud of my growth. It's been a journey, but a journey I love learning and exploring. I don't have to perform to get that video at the end of class, or hopefully be good enough to get the solo. I'm good enough for God. That's all that matters now. So for anyone who's not a dancer, um, when you are like, now the thing is in class, when the class is over, the last 15-20 minutes, they spend picking people out of groups and having them do a solo so it can be recorded, professionally recorded, and you can post it on Instagram. So growing up, it was never like that. But now that's like the thing, of course, social media, whatever. So I now don't have to perform and be all nervous and anxious and be perfect to get that video at the end of class. I don't have to be someone I'm not. I don't have to try so hard and think that, oh, I didn't get the solo, I'm not good enough. I mean, you guys, if I didn't get chosen for a solo to record at the end of class, my life was over. My day was over. I ended my day in the worst way. No one liked me. No one thought I was a good dancer. I mean, these were all the lies that I was telling myself in my head. And you want to know what that was? The enemy. That was literally the enemy coming in. And if you are doing something that you feel that way, then that is not from God. If you are doing something, if you are a dancer, if you are a performer, if you are doing something and you are seeking the approval from others, I really suggest you checking yourself and checking what your heart posture is. Now, I No, if I danced in heels again, it would be completely different because my heart posture wouldn't be, I'm performing to be good enough. I'm performing to get the video. I'm performing to be sexy. That wouldn't be my heart posture anymore behind it. Now, I can't imagine dancing in heels again, but I'm just saying, if that were the case, my heart posture would be different. Now, I don't think that every single person that dances in heels is a terrible person, is doing it for the wrong reasons. I think it's all about your heart posture, but my heart posture when I was doing it wasn't for the right reasons. It was for performance. It was for being good enough. It was for being worthy enough. It was for feeling sexy, feeling empowered, when those feelings you should not be getting from worldly things. You should be feeling those internally, and you should be feeling what the Lord has given you on your heart and your mind, and what he has gifted you with. What are the things that the Lord has gifted you with, and that's what you should be feeling. You shouldn't be getting those feelings from dancing sexy in heels and posting it on social media. It's just not what you should be doing. And that was my heart posture behind it. So I'm just so grateful that I'm not at that point in my dance career anymore. I mean, it's hard. You grow up being a performer. You grow up learning how to express your emotions through dance, through movement. And that was how all I knew. That was the only thing that I knew how to express my emotions in, and was dance. And now I don't need to express my emotions in that way. I get to dance because I love to dance, because I'm giving back to other people who can't fully move their bodies like I can. I'm giving them joy. I'm giving them passion. I'm giving them an ability to go onto stage and feel all of those feelings that I feel. Because being on stage performing in front of hundreds or thousands of people is truly an unreal feeling, and one of my favorite feelings in the world. But now I don't do it because I want to be the best or I want to be good enough. I already know I'm good enough in God's eyes. I already know that he loves me just the way I am. I don't need to go on stage and prove that to him, or to anyone. And that is just like one of the most like greatest things that I have realized lately, that's truly changed my life. And I just wanted to like say this because I know that right now there are people that are listening right now that are trying to perform, that are trying to prove themselves, that are trying to be someone they're not. And it's like, stop doing that. Stop running this race of trying to be the best or trying to be worthy enough. You don't have to do that. You already have a God, a Father in heaven that loves you exactly the way that you are, and you don't need to be any other way. You don't need to perform for him. You don't need to perform to be enough. And my heart goes out to anyone who's feeling that right now, because I've felt it my entire life. All I wanted to be was enough, good enough. I wanted to get the lead part. I wanted the teachers to love me. I wanted to be called out on stage. I wanted the solos. And it's like, that is such a rabbit race that we shouldn't be trying to get. Now, yes, challenge yourself, push yourself, be the best that you can be, 100%. But don't try and be worthy enough for other people. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You are already worthy enough in God's eyes. You are already good enough. You are already beautiful enough. You are already fit enough. He loves you just the way you are, and you do not have to prove that to him. And I know that it's hard when we live in a world of social media where we're just trying to prove our lives. Oh, I have the best relationship, I have the best life, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm going on the best vacation. That doesn't matter anymore. Like, don't be trying to prove yourself to anyone else. You don't owe anything to anyone. So I have really taken a step back and like looked at myself. Am I trying to prove something in the things that I post, or am I just trying to help other people? Am I trying to help other people see God through me? Am I trying to be 1% more like Jesus every single day? And honestly, I am. I want to be the light in people's lives, because I used to be the person that, if you got on my nerves, if you got under my skin, you were going to know it. And I was going to be mean to you. Coming from New York, growing up in the East Side, not the East Side, the East Coast, you grow up with thick skin, and you really are not nice to people sometimes. And I definitely have had to learn how to be loving, how to be kind to people that maybe I don't want to be, and to just be more like Jesus, because that's what Jesus would do. He would love people where they are. Remember, Jesus sat with some of the worst people. He loved some of the worst people, the people who were sinning. He loved them. He sat with them. He guided them. He asked them to follow him, and that's what we get to do. So I am the first one to understand that it is very hard to sometimes love people who have done you wrong, or someone who is annoying you, or someone who's mean to you. I get it. I'm from New York, very much so. And I grew up being, if someone does you wrong, you do them wrong back. And I don't live by that anymore, because that got me nowhere in life. So just check your heart posture, check where you are, and know that you do not have to perform for anyone. You are worthy enough. You are good enough. You are loved. You are perfect. You are beautiful. Just focus on that. Speak that over yourself every single day. And don't let anyone tell you that you aren't worthy enough. And don't let, if you don't get the solo, if you don't get picked for the job, if you don't get the management position, that's okay. Knowing that God has you in the exact season that you need to be in right now, trusting in his plan, focusing on him, being in his word, praying to him, and loving where you are on your journey. Loving where you are on your journey. Being proud of yourself. Don't focus on where you want to be, focus on where you are now, because that is going to get you so much farther in your life. Now, that doesn't mean don't have goals. That doesn't mean don't have standards for yourself. That's not what that means. But don't be so focused on where you want to be. Just trust the process, trust your journey, and you will get where you want to go. And God will get you where you are supposed to be. Trusting in his plan, not your own. His plan is so much better than your own plan. So I love you guys. Oh my gosh, this was so fun. I missed you guys so much. I missed talking to you. I'm just so glad that I got to come on here and share this with you. Truly, it's been hard not coming on here and talking to you guys, but we're gonna have some fun guests. We're gonna have fun. I'm ready to just bring this back and to really just grow this platform. So if you guys could help me with that, if you could just share this podcast with anyone you know, you love, just to help me share this and grow this platform, it truly would mean the world to me, because I just want to bring people closer to Jesus, and I just want to give him all the glory in this. And I know that he's going to do something amazing, and I know that he's going to grow this, but I'm trusting in his plan and trusting where he has it right now, and trusting my growth journey with him as well. Knowing that your journey is exactly where you're supposed to be, trusting it, letting God guide you, praying to him, being in his word, and just being with him. So I love you guys so much. Share this podcast, comment below what you loved, what you took away from it. And as always, you guys, keep it real out there. I will see you on the next one. Bye.